Now, I want to talk about it from a career perspective. Somebody who had so much of passion towards career, built his career around an industry and flipping it off, right? And focusing on life and forgetting about career. Because for all of us, when we are working, career means a lot to us. And then completely deciding, hey, and you're young, you're not that old that you're taking a retirement and saying, I'm retiring early, right? How was that experience, right? I would say retiring early from career at that age.
Well, initially it was tough, and I could speak to everyone. I don't care how good you are and what you think you have accomplished. Truthfully, at the end of the day, no one cares. And it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter how many widgets you helped someone sell or sold or whatever. It really just doesn't matter. However, that said, we all have to have lives and be productive and create things and do things. And, it's part of natural life's progression. And I think initially it was very difficult just turning it off. It was like, who am I? So much of who I was had been defined around my professional side. In fact, I used to kind of get jealous of people that had hobbies of, whatever it was, snowmobiling, hiking, whatever it was. I mean, I did things, but I would often think, what is my hobby? What defines me outside of work? And I often struggled with that. So losing that part of my identity was certainly difficult. I will say that part of it is finding that identity or elements of that identity in other things that I do. And so even, being the house maker or homemaker now, that in the workplace, you might try to anticipate the next thing your boss needs. Well, I try to anticipate the next thing that my wife needs. So you look at some basic characteristics, but there's also projects around the house. Now, it's like...
Did you get the deck done?
No, that's not done yet. but you try to apply the project management principles, the research principles, the design principles, things that I might have hired someone to do. I might try to take a limited amount of that on to myself because I have some time, so I'm going to think through things and research things a little bit more. So I think I try to find or keep elements of who I was before, but now it's in a different focus. So, which at first I couldn't see the two.
Yeah.
I guess a good example would be like when you get done with college, or some people might have like multiple industries in their resume and they're trying to get a new job that maybe doesn't align with their resume, or maybe they're new in their career, and it's like, well, who am I? What do I do? And that first resume is like, well, I'm the best cookie maker out there. I made 1,000 cookies a minute.
Yeah.
They're like very fundamental things. And that's what I did. You go back to the fundamentals, and it's not about analytics in my career. It's about what was I actually doing, and how do I take those fundamentals and apply them in a different direction?
I recently made a video on my own YouTube channel, and I spoke about passions, to your point. When we are working, we forget our passions, whether these are hobbies, you can call them, whether it's drawing, creating arts, or music, or any hiking, exploring places, and we forget that. And unfortunately for people, it's late when they realize it. And for me, I realize it today that who am I? What's my personal identity? What's my personal brand? What's the legacy will I leave that somebody will remember? Hey, he was good at that. Like you said, will somebody remember you? Big data, number plate. Your friends will remember you. But did it matter at the end of the day? That's a big question mark, right?
Well, I can tell you, in my situation, you find out who your friends are and who, I would say they're not your friends, but who cares and who doesn't care. I did the YouTube video on LinkedIn, and you get your 5 minutes of limited fame.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the intent, but I say that because outside of that little bitty kind of 5 minutes of fame, most of the people that really, truly care, at least for me, is probably a handful or two handfuls, but the point is, it's not really that many that are going to cry at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's like, I miss this and this and this and this about this person.
Yeah.
So, and those are the relationships that I really spend a lot of time now focusing on. I don't spend a lot of time on the
worldly,
the afterthought ones.
Hi friends, my name is Anis Merchant. I hope you enjoyed this clip from my podcast series called Masters Decoded. The intention of bringing these clips to you is to allow you to understand some key moments of the conversations I've had with my guest. I hope you enjoyed this clip, and more importantly, if you believe that you've got some great essence from this podcast, I would recommend and highly encourage you to listen to the entire podcast, which you can find the link to the podcast in the description below. If you feel that there are others who will be leveraging the insights and the knowledge from this podcast, please do share with your friends, family, and your larger community. I look forward to you subscribing to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you can be notified of all the future clips which we keep releasing every week on this channel. Please take care and have a good day.